Hello Libra couples, I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for your patience. I uploaded a video regarding where I've been for the last year. Please watch it if you like. It's been kind of crazy, so I apologize for that. And that being said, I am trying to rebuild my channel, okay? And what definitely helps is likes, subscribes, also interaction with the channel, commenting. Please do if you feel something resonates with you. I don't want to ask that you just like blindly follow. I don't like stuff like that. So if you find my readings beneficial, if you're new here and you find my readings beneficial, please subscribe. I would love to have you here as I rebuild my channel. And I hope the messages are beneficial. And please like the video if it resonates, okay? Don't do it if it doesn't. I don't like fake crap. So yeah, that's all I ask. And I want to get into this reading here. I'm going to consider this timeless, even though we're doing this in the middle of September 2022. I want to consider this a timeless reading just because tarot readings on YouTube time frames are so varied. I shared a video with a friend yesterday, one of my videos from like 2 years ago, and like it was stupidly relevant in their life right now. So, you know, tarot time is very flexible. So, you know, sometimes things can literally take 1 year to 2 years. It's collective energy that we're picking up here. These are not personal readings. It's a general collective energy reading, okay, for Libra couples. Now, that being said, it feels here, Libra, that you're dealing with a situation, I just want to say it, like you're dealing with a situation that is more karmic than anything, I'll be honest. It feels like this is something where we kind of have to go through the weeds of like dealing with a person, dealing with a situation. You're both being presented here with fear and like attachment energies. I use the denied shadow oracle. You can get this on Etsy. It's a lovely deck. But shadow work, the way it's coming up for you, Libra, you come up as the Knight of Cups here with enmeshment fear. So oversensitivity to being controlled or losing one's identity. Okay? And your person comes up here as the Page of Wands. So a younger energy, could be female, and also could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this can also just be like quick engagement, fun times. It's very young energy that's presented here, okay? And this person comes up with anxious attachment, fear of being alone, clinging. And so I want to say too, because these are general readings, if one side feels like it resonates more with you, please switch it. That's absolutely fine. And tarot is not like, you know, an answer for like mental health stuff and like, you know, massive decisions, especially not a general reading. But if it resonates, it resonates. So there we go. What does, what doesn't. So Libra, it feels like there is a transitional period here where you are dealing with almost like, you know, I say karmic too, because when karmic relationships come together, it's often for a very specific purpose. And with the Knight of Cups here, this is a lovely energy. It's flirtatious, it's sexy, it wants to have fun, but like it can also kind of be, you know, in and out a little bit, not as much as the Knight of Wands, but like if emotions start to dwindle, then they start to dwindle, you know? If emotions are rebuffed, then they start to rebuff. Like, it's kind of like a touche, what I'm picking up here. So that's your position here as far as like your stance in the thing. It feels like whatever's going on in this situation, Libra, you're coming up as the Knight of Cups with enmeshment fear. So I don't know if the emotions that you've shared with somebody are not stable enough, like maybe they're not contributing to that enough, or maybe it's just like you're kind of keeping yourself, usually you want to see like king and queen connection here, but oftentimes that is going to require one to do a lot of internal work, and the knight is not quite the king. The knight is not quite the queen or the king. Like it's still a knight. So there's a younger energy here, or maybe there's a younger place within ourselves that we need to actually address and heal, especially when it comes to enmeshment fear. So I don't know how your childhood was. I don't know what type of lifestyle you led. But enmeshment fear, it's kind of like what I'm picking up is like, so we have anxious attachment here. This is almost avoidant attachment. This is what I'm feeling. It's like avoidant and anxious attachment kind of like collide, and, you know, the lesson is to deal with it, you know, especially at the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Cups. This is why I'm talking about karmic energy here, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And under the Six of Cups, you have the Two of Wands. So new directions, different directions, which suits you better, what works better. Okay, so with this person here, the Page of Wands and anxious attachment, this is a younger energy. If they're not younger than you, it's somebody who acts kind of immaturely, especially when it comes to their attachment styles, how they cope in relationships, how they deal with situations. It may be somebody that is, you know, when I see attachment style, it's almost like somebody like using sex to make, using sex to solidify their value in a situation. But like, it's not, it's momentary, it's fleeting. That's what I'm talking about. And usually people that have abuse, or I'm not saying that this person has abuse, but what I'm picking up is like, sometimes when people have abuse, mental, emotional, sexual, physical, whatever it may be, if you're coming up as an anxious attachment, you know, sometimes people will use sexuality as a lure. They will use it to draw people in. They can use it to kind of keep you there for a minute, you know? But the Page of Wands, as far as like longevity, maturity, no. So I asked, you know, what can Libra do to help this situation? And you came up with the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I know this is female energy, Libra, and some of you may be female, some of you may be male, you know, but the initial card is male. Either way, you can flip this if you need to. But the Queen of Wands in reverse is basically in regard to attention, affection, connection, you know, given time, you know, like spending time with a partner. This is somebody that's actually neglected. It's somebody that they put their efforts in, but their efforts are not like recognized, or they're not taken seriously. And it's left them emotionally frustrated, you know? And I think with one aspect of this, Libra, it's kind of like the enmeshment fear. It's pinging the Knight of Cups here, which is telling me that there's like a younger energy within us that maybe needs to be healed a little bit, especially when it comes to relationships and neglect, okay? Because you're dealing with two people with two like different attachment styles here, and it almost seems like that's kind of the core essence of like the lesson in the message here, okay? And again, this may not resonate with every single Libra, but this is what's coming up. And with them, I asked, what can they do to help the situation? And this went flying out. It's the Eight of Cups. You know, it's the Eight of Cups. In this card, you know, you have, you have 6 cups up and you have 2 cups down. 6 cups up, you know, 2 cups down. 2 cups is the Two of Cups. It's down. So as far as like stability within love, as far as seeing eye to eye, as far as like being together within closeness, it might be a little bit distant. It might be something that we need to like understand more about detachment than actually trying to secure a situation. I asked, you know, what are the outside influences of this? And you got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, again, there is a very big karmic thread with this card. It has an energy of cycles in our lives, and often karmic cycles in our lives. So, you know, what are the karmic cycles in our lives? Who are the karmic people that come through and kind of like push us to a new level of awareness inside of ourselves, you know, where we get to address our attachment issues, enmeshment fear, oversensitivity to being controlled or losing one's identity in a relationship, anxious attachment, fear of being alone, clinging, you know, and if they need to be switched, then switch it. But like, this very much feels like a karmic situation here, and it feels like there's an element here of don't proceed anymore because you're just going to keep getting the same thing, you know. And I ask, can this be saved? Can the situation be saved? And you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Now, the Ace of Wands in reverse really, it's kind of like not, it's losing your feelings about something, losing passion for someone, or losing desire or passion for the situation itself. It's telling us to not proceed any further because there's really no outcome. You know, this can also talk about just losing your energy for a situation because you're tired and fed up, which is kind of nice if you're at the Wheel of Fortune position to like change internally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, this is coming for a big change here, Libra couples. And what is happening is like, I think this is less painful than, I'm not picking up like giant pain here. I'm picking up more like, oh, that's what I needed to know. That's what I needed to know. That's kind of the energy. And I do want to say here too, I shuffled Oracle energy. You got 3 cards that came out in reverse. You have honesty in reverse. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Honesty came out in reverse. You have indecision in reverse. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. It's in reverse. And then you have change, which was in reverse. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So it feels like this might be a situation that you've revisited in your life perhaps a few times, Libra. And also this person. Now, they are coming up as younger, so, you know, not everybody's going to be on the same path. Not everybody's going to learn the same lessons at the same time. But this person, they come up more juvenile, you know, and kind of like, with this energy, especially attached to anxious energy, this is somebody that can like ghost, bolt, run. They're ruled by their emotions. And I think like this is somebody that actually is feeling, they're feeling it, but I don't know if they understand it, if they're connecting the dots. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But it's like, I feel you're connecting the dots because you're coming up as a much more mature energy. You also come up as the King of Swords, but he's in reverse. So the last question is this worth saving? And you have the King of Swords in reverse with the 3 of Swords. Now, King of Swords in reverse, I'm picking this up as like 2 different aspects of your energy, Libra. It feels like neglect, lack of communication, lack of honesty with the King of Swords in reverse. Those types of, and not to say that this is your energy entirely, but this is showing up like as, is it worth saving? If you're dealing with situations where it's like there's a lack of communication, there's distance, in like cold distance, you know, avoidance, aloofness, tactical like sabotory efforts from somebody, it's time to wrap that up. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like if you continue to engage these types of people, these types of situations, you're not growing and you're not going to be able to move through that enmeshment fear. So let's start to realize when relationships are karmic, you know, and yes, the 6 of Cups can talk about love and like all of those lovely things, but like what it's coming up as in this reading for me is karmic. It feels very karmic. It feels like either you or this person has been in a lot of indecision regarding the change here, regarding something. At the bottom of the deck too, okay. So you have grief at the bottom of the deck. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And underneath that, you have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight and awareness. And underneath that, you have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So again, this very much speaks to me of like lessons that we need to learn and accomplish here. And this is kind of like the perfect storm for it, Libra. But you have to want it. You have to want it and you have to see it for what it is. And so, and I think that that has actually been made very clear, and it's kind of simple to digest in that way, just because of the immaturity or the level of immaturity here coming from this person that you're dealing with, Libra, and their attachment avoidance styles, their connections, avoidance styles. Either this person left or they just kind of like shut down. You know, I feel like they think about it. I feel like they look at themselves in a way. But again, there's an element of needing to understand things from like a higher level. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify this. But with this too, I want to say with the King of Swords and the Three of Swords upright, King of Swords reverse, Three of Swords upright, this is really telling me that like whatever neglect, whatever coldness, whatever distance, iciness, it's kind of driven a wedge to the point where the wedge is just too big. There's no more. It's unavoidable, and it's something that you can't deny in a situation. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify this reading here for you guys. I'm sorry my throat sounds so scratchy. I'm getting over a cold, so I apologize if I have to clear my throat, but dump hair away from me. All right, so please show me the Knight of Cups for Libra here. And with the enmeshment fear, yeah, show me enmeshment with the Knight of Cups. Let me put that back. Way too many cards. Do I put it back? Yeah, I have to take that. Okay, where's that last one? There it is. All right, I'm going to take that. Okay, Libra. So here you have 4 cards popping out. I wanted 1, you had 4. We have your energy first. Justice coming out here. So your energy, but what it's... Major Arcana cards require us to learn the lesson. Major Arcana cards require us to step up to the plate, to make decisions that are absolutely crucial, that are uncomfortable, that are honest, forthright, direct, cutting. They restore honesty and, you know, they restore situations if they're salvageable. If they're not, they cut them out, because it talks about unfairness, inequality that you're dealing with. So it's like we have this, I don't want to say come to Jesus moment, but it's like, you know, who gets the axe? Then you have the 8 of Wands, you've got the 6 of Swords. I want to say too, this is traveling as well. I don't know if there's been travel here, but this is traveling. This is communication coming in. You know, oftentimes this is going to be a card of like loving communication, but it can also be communication that cuts, communication that settles the score, communication that is beneficial for the ones who are dealing with injustice. You know, that's kind of what I'm feeling here, Libra. And it feels like I need to switch the cards around, because that's actually what I'm feeling versus like the way it was being, they fell out. What is going on here is like we're leaving a situation to move towards something far better, to move towards actual satisfaction, emotional stability, to work with people who actually care about us, who see us for who we are. You know, they love us, they want to be in our lives. These are people who have reciprocal efforts. They have emotional like understanding and awareness. I feel like maybe there might be a little bit of like a disadvantage for this person emotionally, is what I'm picking up. Okay, so yeah, I feel here, Libra, whatever this is, it's kind of like asking you to go towards your true north, go towards your change, your growth, and allow that to happen. And I feel here the honesty of what I'm picking, I keep getting honesty. The honesty of what I'm picking up here is also being very honest with ourselves in regard to how we connect with other people. We have enmeshment fear, oversensitivity to being controlled or losing one's identity. That's what it says. And I'm going to say in a relationship, because this is what I'm feeling. It feels like losing one's identity in a relationship, and somebody's very scared of that. And so it's like they only go so far, or they only offer a certain aspect of themselves. But I think, again, like I said, this situation almost feels like the perfect storm for like growth. And I do also want to say that a lot of readings have been very catalytic. They've been catalyst readings. It's almost like people coming together to expose things within ourselves, to like blow it up and then move forward in our lives. You know, and so I want to say it like that just because it seems to be very consistent in a lot of these readings. I think we're in retrograde right now. I know Pluto is doing some interesting stuff. I do want to say too, also, Libra, in regard to the situation with the Wheel of Fortune, this is a 10, okay? This is a 10. 10s are endings. This is clearing things, clearing cycles, clearing karmic connections for something new to happen. This card is ruled by Jupiter, okay? Jupiter is the benefic. Jupiter, it expands good things in your life. It brings good things in your life, but you have to go after them. You have to accept them. You have to invite them into your life and see them for what they are versus what you've experienced round and round and round on the karmic wheel, okay? So let's clarify. All right, show me this person that Libra is dealing with, the Page of Wands with anxious attachment. I'm not, that's too many. We're not doing that. Thank you. 2 at least. Okay, so you have somebody here who may be afraid of stability with this. I don't know what's happened to them in their emotions regarding like stability, tradition, connections here that may provide, like if somebody's offering them something that's stable, it doesn't feel like they know how to accept it. It doesn't feel like they know what that means. And again, I'm picking up like this anxious energy here with this anxious attachment. Like it's almost as if like when something good happens in their life, they try to sabotage it because they don't know how to deal with it, okay? And with the Hierophant here and the 3 of Swords, like I feel this person and the 8 of Cups, I feel this person has had a very difficult road in their life, Libra. I also feel for this person that there's been a level of neglect in their life that has contributed to them, I want to say, being emotionally stunted a little bit. Not to say that they're stupid or bad or wrong or whatever, but like sometimes we can get emotionally stunted, you know, especially if we're children dealing with painful situations. The Hierophant, aside from being Taurian energy, you know, it talks about healing. It talks about spirituality. It also talks about convention, stability. This can also talk about like offers that are very stable and want to move forward. Somebody wanting to offer a person something stable, but this person has had already too much pain in their life. So it's like I'd rather go back to the devil I know, you know, because when good things happen, they fall apart. And so I'm just going to like, you know, not engage with that. It's a broken loop. It's a problem. It's a broken record. And I feel like this person is getting some awareness of that, but they're still kind of like stewing in it. And I don't know if they're like admitting that or not, but this person needs to work on their heart because this person has had a lot of heartbreak in their life, whether it be through relationships. I'm picking up like, I want to throw up. I'm picking up like molestation too. I know that's not going to be for everybody, but I'm picking up molestation. Ooh, my God. I got the goosebumps. Yeah, I feel like this is like a challenge for this person. So Libra, in regard to what you can do here with that Queen of Wands in reverse, what can Libra contribute to the situation to help it through or move it along? 10 of Pentacles here with the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Under that, you have the Star. So with this energy, Libra, what it's telling me is that especially for people who feel like they've been neglected, or people who feel like they are not receiving neglect. It's receiving neglect. It's not being, I feel like somebody is like either not being seen for their efforts. That's what it feels like. It's like somebody not being seen for their efforts. And it's caused them to go a little bit sour and frustrated. But here, at the Ten of Pentacles, we have an element of stability, but it's almost like your stability is key here. Your stability is crucial here. You know, pay attention to your money is what I'm feeling here. Pay attention to your money, pay attention to your home, pay attention to your finances, like your stability in your life. You've already had enough neglect. Don't neglect that. That's what I feel. You know, and this is really nice actually, just because with the King of Swords here, this is really being very clear about your thoughts, first of all, but it's not allowing your feelings to rule the show. And the nice thing about it is Libra, the stars, Aquarian energy. The nice thing about this combination too is like, I'm not going to take BS. I'm just going to go ahead and move on towards my direction that I need to go in. I need to change things for myself. I need to work on my finances. This is more about like cultivating a very, very stable level of abundance, whether this be an abundance of finance or whether this be an abundance of like your own personal growth. Like, okay, now I understand. I've had enough of this, that I get it. And so that's kind of what's coming through here for that Aquarius. I'm sorry, Libra. Maybe dealing with an Aquarian, I don't know. But like, stars there. And star is indicative of like actually moving forward in a different direction, something that actually puts you in your own spotlight, makes you shine from the inside out. Some of you, this is also regarding work. And the work that you do either needs to be solely yours, or like something is changing for the better here. But usually with the star, it requires you to be on board in regard to your own ascension and change for the better. Show me this person. Actually, no. Yeah, show me this person, what they can do. Yeah, because like you have the Eight of Cups already. It's like what either they've done is bounced, walked out, or they're just kind of like in the position to about do it. Show me what this person can contribute to the situation to either help it or move it along. So you have the Queen of Pentacles and you have the Nine of Swords here. Bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Cups. Bottom of that, you have the Four of Cups. So what this tells me is that this person has a significant fear of stability, a significant fear of stepping up to the plate, of being seen as somebody who is stable. It is also somebody that is afraid of like mother energy, or like not feeling like they are, I want to say like they're not like enough of a, oh, that's so mean. I don't want to say it like that because I don't mean it mean. But it's like this person, what I'm picking up is like they kind of are, it almost feels like they're doubting themselves. It feels like they're doubting their abilities, their potentials. It feels like this is somebody that might be emotionally frustrated when it comes to stability in relationships. And it's like, we have the intention or we have the fantasy of like being a stable, contributing person in a relationship, but then when the emotions come in, it's too much. It's too much, and they bolt. That's what I'm picking up here with this Page of Wands. You know, it's a very young energy that I don't know if this person has had significant stability in their life, but whatever has happened to them, it has kind of like held them back from actually stepping into a more stable version of themselves. That's what it feels like. And this is a consistent thing here. And I feel like after that, they keep looking for different opportunities, different things, but that's actually weighing them down. And I think they're finally realizing this. You know, things that are offered to them, they reject. If it gets too emotional, they reject it. You know, if an offer is real, because of pain, they reject it. Like, I get it. Anxiety, anxious attachment, fear of being alone, clinging. So, in regard to the Wheel of Fortune, give me one for the Wheel of Fortune here. Karmic lessons, connections. You have the Three of Cups coming through here with the Two of Cups. King of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Now, these cards, it's like, it's interesting because like, okay, so I heard playing house. So what does that mean? When I was a child and we would play house, somebody would be the mom, somebody would be the dad, somebody would be the baby and the dog, whatever. But there was that order, you know, and we were playing house. We weren't really married. We weren't really in a relationship. We were playing house. I feel like this is somebody who, when they're offered something like love, like friendship, or like a connection, that dating connections that can turn to love, that can build into a positive connection here, Three of Cups, Two of Cups, King and Queen of Pentacles. There's potential in this situation, or there has been, but like the way it's been, I keep feeling like this is more of like a catalyst energy. And I feel like there's been because now you have the Queen of Swords down here too, King of Swords. What it feels like, Libra, is two people needing to be very aware of how they are with their emotions. Two people that need to very clearly communicate with each other, but are likely at odds with one another. There may be distance between them, coldness, detachment here, but it's talking about you're getting two matches here. So what this is talking about to me is like, we need to be very clear on how we assess our emotions, because what it's doing is it's fogging up our ability to create stability in our lives, to create more money in our lives, to create situations that are lasting and fulfilling, you know, secure, stable. So that's kind of where it's at. And I think with the King and Queen of Swords too, this is a decision point. This is a time of decision, and like, all right, you know, let me get my emotions out of this situation so I can make a very clear judgment here. And this is also going to be dealing with like how you take care of and how you nurture your finances as well. That's also coming up in here. So, for this coming out as Wheel of Fortune, like, it's indicative of doing the work to attain those things, doing the work to not be afraid of those things, doing the work to be comfortable with stepping up to the plate and stepping up to the next phase in one's life. And it's baby steps. It's baby steps for people, okay? It can be, but like with this energy, you know, I feel also somebody here, if this is your energy, Libra, I feel like maybe like this is kind of like a consistent thing in your life. Like maybe you've given to people, or like you show up very seriously, and like you want to like, you know, take control, not take control, just be part of something that's reciprocal and like build something to a, you know, create a foundation and build something slowly and progressively. But like, it's also, you're realizing that this is like a cycle. It's a cycle, and it doesn't change until we address how we're approaching things, until we address why we're approaching situations and people like this. You know, people that we feel is a match, but then it's a mismatch to help us get to the actual match. Sorry, I know that's confusing. Show me the King, show me the Ace of Wands in reverse for Libra, please. Yeah, so you have the Five of Wands coming out in reverse here. This is an end to conflict. Whatever the situation is, it seems like it's been a little bit conflictual, especially with the King and Queen of Swords here. It's kind of like very cold energy. And the King is in reverse too, with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Like, it's very resistant, cold, detached, upset energy. And I think here we're going to try to move forward towards what we actually want. Now, I don't think that is like togetherness, but who knows? Either way, the progression here is really fizzled And I think the necessity is at this point to stop fighting or stop having like emotional conflict about something. I know those are fire sign cards, but what I'm picking up is like the frustration of this makes a person's blood boil. The frustration that they have to keep addressing these things makes their blood boil, because it's like they just want to get past it. They just want to like not have to do these things over and over again with the same type of people. And here we are again. That's what it feels like, Libra. Show me the King of Swords in reverse, please. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to put those back. I'm going to take the ones that were upright. Okay, so you have the Queen of Wands coming out upright now. Okay, so she was in reverse. Now she's upright. This is generally the Queen of Wands is somebody that takes control of their own life. They are very much in the driver's seat. They are very equipped to do what they need to do to make their life a better place, you know? And it feels like you're kind of getting this energy back, Libra. I feel you're also accessing your intuition about your feelings, your emotions, and how they are met and reciprocated in relationships. I feel like that's an important component here for you to like pay attention to. Because we want to be valued. We want to be like, you know, cared for and like seen as, we want our partner to be seeing our value, right? And here, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like we have to see our own value first before we can even see the value of the partner. I'm hoping this reading isn't confusing for you guys. Yeah, Libra, you have a completely different decision. Now, again, it's faced with the Wheel of Fortune, though. With that, the Two of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune and the Wheel of Fortune, like, this is an opportunity to go in a very different direction, whether that be physically. I hope it's internally. I hope this is kind of the catalyst to recognize where we attach to relationships or situationships that are like this, that are really there for our own expansion and not much else. You know, not to say that you can't love the person, not to say that you don't care about them, but like, what is truly in it for you? Think about that. What is truly in it for you? I know that maybe sounds selfish, but what's in it for you? Not like what you can gain from them, but what's in it for you? Okay. And make that your priority. Don't worry about them. I have to say that, you know, because you got that Two of Wands there. It's new directions. You can go in a new direction and you can go with the old, but it looks like you're going in a new direction. So, you know, I do also want to say with the Wheel of Fortune too, this is going to be fixed energy. So if you have Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, you know, if you have Leo energy or like placements in your life, you know, placements in your chart, where are they? Where are they? Where does that stubbornness happen? Where does the where do we need emotional connection? Where are those planets in your natal chart? Where are they at? Because that's going to tell you how this can affect you, how you can move through it, and how you can gain and glean insight and information from something, you know? Three of Swords. Yeah. Three of Swords here. Okay, so, and we got the Death card at the bottom of the deck. So basically what this is telling me is that that's done. Here we have this too. You've got the Eight of Cups twice in this reading. So two people walking away from something, or there's just a significant emphasis to let go. You have the Six of Cups in this reading twice. Okay? Karmic energy, two karmic partners. There's nothing wrong with that. Please don't get upset. And I do want to say too here that like, I have different beliefs than certain tarot readers. You're not gonna like find me in my readings being like, oh, the twin flames, this is your twin flame, the divine masculine is coming, he's coming. I'm not gonna do that, because oftentimes in those situations, you're dealing with people who are here for this kind of manner, are here for this kind of situation, to crack us open, to expose the pain, to expose the neglect, to expose how we continually contribute to situations that are neglectful, you know? and how we try to maintain things that need to be released. And so I feel like this is a really big lesson for both parties. And if there is love between you, I feel like you can maintain a friendship if that is what you choose. But I feel like there's an element of needing, with this too, I feel like there's an element of needing to find some peace and some compassion with the situation for a person and for yourself. And let it be that, you know. Try not to continue to attach to something here, because all of this is talking about like cutting ties here, internal ties that connect to people like this, but it's really here. And that's what is drawing it in and in and in, back and back and back. This is a cycle. This is a cycle. Two people dealing with a cycle. Okay? Bottom of that, death. Well, actually, this came out. It's an ending, you know, it's a transformative ending. Please don't see it as like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. Like, endings happen. Nothing is forever. We all expire. Most situations, you're not going to be at the same job forever. I mean, usually. I hope not. But, you know, everything has a shelf life. Everything has an expiration date. And within these types of lessons, we have to clear ourselves, we have to purge, and we have to accept what is and what isn't, you know, and our contributions to things, and also our contributions to things that essentially give us destructive outcomes. So I do want to say here too, though, that Page of Wands came out here, clarifying the Three of Swords. Page of Wands, Three of Swords, Page of Wands, Three of Swords. You have repeat reading, you have repeat cards in this reading all over the place, you guys. And this is why I'm talking about it's a karmic lesson, it's a karmic connection. You have two people mirroring each other, whether or not they are in the exact same learning capacity or like on the same learning the same lesson. You have two people here who are acting as a catalyst for growth, for change, for transmutation, and for, you know, fine-tuning yourself so you can be a better version of you and not enter into things like this. I feel like this is a very, very pivotal point for you, Libra, for both of you. And, you know, I don't feel like this person's wrong, that person's wrong. It's whatever's happened to me in here, it doesn't feel like it's kind of meh. It's the lesson that's most important here, especially like holding on to things, not allowing things to change, you know, indecision when it comes to like making a movement, and like staying in something for a long time, being in denial about it, you know, brings grief. It's almost just like we're grieving some aspect here, but like, please try not to see it as grief or like you've lost something. You know, yeah, relationships end, but like, this is a beautiful experience this is a hard experience for a beautiful lesson. How about that? This is a very difficult experience for a beautiful lesson. So, this is what I have for you guys. I'm not going to beat the horse anymore. I hope that this is helpful for you. If you're seeking a personal reading, private reading, feel free to contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com. And yeah, if you like this, if it made sense and resonated for your situation, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new, and interact with my channel with comments, and I will definitely try to get back to you ASAP. I still have comments on the other video stating where I have been that I need to get to, you know, so I appreciate all of your time if you're here still watching, and thank you. All right, I love you guys. Take care, Libra. Bye-bye.